What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rabid Marksman coming at you live with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of video. It's more of like story time type deal, and basically I'm just going to be telling you the first time that I kind of got arrested. Now I didn't full on go to jail or anything because I am only 14 years old, and this was about a year and a half or 2 years back, so this is a long time ago, but it just all the right circumstances fell into place where we ended up nearly getting arrested. So basically I'm just going to get right into it, and it was Christmas Eve like I said before, and you can tell that a lot of robberies happen during the holidays, during Christmas times. A lot of people need money, a lot of people need things for presents, so a lot of those burglaries and not murders, but burglaries and like break-ins and stuff all happened during Christmas. Now this story took place in a little town called Selma. So basically my grandparents live in this city, and what ended up happening was me and my cousins were kind of bored because we all meet up for Christmas, you know the deal, holidays, everyone meets up and stuff. So basically we met up and we were just having a good time hanging out, and what ended up happening was we were kind of bored and we wanted to go over and do something. So we ended up going to my grandparents' church, which is right across the street from their house. So we walked over there and we were inside just screwing around and having a good time, just messing around and stuff. And we were still a little bit bored, so what we wanted to do was we wanted to get on top of the roof. Now this is a very bad idea to do on Christmas Eve, because I'll get into that later. So we were getting on the roof, finding a way. Our first way was trying to get a ladder or something, but it was a little bit sketchy because it was a little bit of an old wobbly ladder. So what we ended up doing was we ended up climbing on this guy's white big truck. It's a big truck, so we climbed on top of the truck, and then we jumped from the top of the truck to the roof because the roof was pretty low to the ground. It wasn't a super high roof, so we literally jumped off of the truck, and it was only like a 2 to 3 foot gap. I could say, yeah, it was like a 2 to 3 foot gap. So it wasn't too far. It wasn't like a massive sprint off and jump and hope that you make it. Can you imagine just everyone sprinting in a line trying to jump, and some people were falling, some people were making. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. So we were all jumping on top of the roof, and what ended up happening was we were just messing around on the roof. And I mean, we were all pretty young here. Like I said, I don't think I said this yet, but this was a year and a half ago to 2 years ago. So this was a long time ago. Basically, we were all on top of the roof, and we were just, I don't really know what we were doing. We're not like bad kids or anything. We weren't like smoking or doing anything like that. We were just, just talking and chilling on the roof. We thought we were so cool because we were on top. There's this crazy neighbor who always calls when there's noise, at the church or something. If they're playing instruments or whatever, he'll just always complain about the noise, and he's kind of a bad neighbor, to be honest. He's one of those neighbors that that ruins all the fun and everything. And so this neighbor actually ended up filing a police report. He called the cops and was saying that there was loud noise, and he thought that there was some sort of burglary or murder. Now, when the cops showed up, because they did show up at the church, and when they showed up, this was the part that was the stupidest in my opinion. We all ran. So actually my cousin Hudson was inside of the church at the time because he didn't want to go on top of the roof, and he was chilling inside. And I jumped down, and I got down really fast, and I started running, and I went inside the church with him. Now, my cousin Garrett and Tanner, who are more of the pranksters, crazy kind of people who like to do a lot of that kind of stuff and always mess around, they ended up trying to run and hide on the roof. And the cops, they literally dropped down and tried to hide. And my cousin Haley and Caitlin admitted that they were up there, and they jumped down. Now they knew that more people were there, so they ended up searching for Tanner and Garrett. And me and Hudson were just inside of the church, and at this point we were freaking out, trying to look through the windows and seeing what was going on, because like I said, I jumped down and Hudson was already in there, and he's about my age, so he was about the same age as me. Now Tanner and Garrett, on the other hand, they were up there stuck. The cops were literally surrounding them. Not like a ton of cop cars. It wasn't a huge deal, because that would have been really bad if there was 4 cop cars, but it was just 2 cop cars, and there was about 2 to 3 cops, and they were just searching the church, searching for people, because of course they thought that we were trying to break in. Now, what ended up happening, all I remember from this point on, was I walked out of the church to try and go back to my grandparents' house, and as soon as I did that, there was this bright light that just flashed at me. And this bright light happened to be the cop. It was his flashlight, and he was flashing it right in my eyes. Now, what I didn't see was there was a cop car parked along the curb about 4 feet, or I'd say like 6 feet away from me on the other side of the street. And so this cop car was like, come over here. Or this not cop car, this cop guy this officer, I should say, was like, come over here. And so me and Hudson went over there, and I saw that there was 3 people sitting on the curb. There was my cousin Haley, my sister Caitlin, and my other cousin Gracie. So they were all just sitting on the curb, and it was a pretty funny sight to see a cop car and then 3 people sitting across the curb, like, because they were like surrender kind of type deal. So me and my cousin Hudson had to go sit over there on side of the curb, and my sister said that was the funniest thing, seeing the cop just shine the light in my face and saying like, come over here. And so basically what ended up happening was I had to sit on the curb and we were waiting, and eventually Tanner and Garrett did get caught. They did have to get down, and we were all seated on the curb, and we kind of had a lecture type deal. The thing that saved us was that was actually property of my grandparents, because it is their church. So they came outside, and actually my cousin Gracie went to go get them, and then they came outside. I don't really know what they were thinking at this point when they saw all their grandkids just sitting on the curb with a police officer in a police car. That would have been a funny sight to see. But so they talked to the officer, said that it was their property, and no burglary was intended or anything like that. So we ended up getting off the hook, and that was pretty much the time where I almost got arrested. I mean, if things would have gone a little bit more badly, then if I would have ran and we all would have tried to run from the cops, then maybe that would have turned out a different outcome than it did. But that's pretty much the story. I really hope you guys enjoyed this kind of story time. It's a little bit more of a different video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been Rabid Marksman. Definitely like and subscribe for more, and that's pretty much it. Peace out.